The second setting, pitch 2, is important for 2 reasons. Well, first of all, you might say, okay, well, then you'll have a situation where one oscillator will stay in tune and the other one will change pitch over time. And that's exactly what happens. In this instance, we can hear oscillator 2 going crazy while oscillator 1 is very responsible. But this is good because you can create interesting effects just with this setting. What you can do can be really tricky is set it to something like this. Whoa. And you can create attack transients that actually make interesting sounds as the oscillator 2 goes through the changes in pitch defined by these settings. And that's a lot of fun. That's a great synth sound. And it's a synth sound that you would not expect from such a simple synthesizer. Okay, you could get very creative with these if you wanted to. But what you're probably most likely to do is use pitch 2 because having VCO2 set to sync or ring your envelope generator settings set to pitch 2 are going to generate those effects. We're going to talk about that in a different video. But that is probably the main use that you will use to control pitch 2. But, you know, like I said, you can use it in other ways too. And lastly, you can direct it to the filter cutoff, which is a very standard use that we usually see in the filter section. But because the envelope generator is shared, it's on its own. So here, let's listen. Let's bring that down a little bit. You can get your standard envelope controlling filter sorts of sounds. And of course, you don't have to keep it set to this setting, which is the gate setting. You can still control all of these things with it set to the other settings as well. And that way you can get like release. That's a great sound. Oh my God, clicks. Listen, on the attack decay setting, with just the attack and decay, you're going to get clicks. That's just a function of that, how that works. So don't have a freak out, okay? Also, you can use it for, rhythm or whatever. When you have it on the sustain setting, that doesn't happen. decent analog synth sounds. The Monologue has more in it that leads towards sort of vintage sounding analog synth sounds than the Monologue does. I mean, certainly it's possible to create them with both, but this one kind of leans more in that direction with some of the functionality, especially some we're going to get to. But yes, this is a full-featured sort of envelope generator, even though it's not ADSR. There are some really cool things you can do with this. And I mean, I'm not scratching the surface of the different ways you can use these effects to generate cool sounding things. Because we're set to sustain, it's going to sustain the frequency you hold. And then once you let go, it goes into the decay stage, which then is going to have the frequency drop off. So you get the attack stage where it scoops up, the sustain stage where it holds at the frequency you want, and the decay stage where it falls away. And that's why you get a cool sound like this. That's really fun. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do with this envelope generator. It is not your standard AR or AD envelope generator. It's really got a lot going for it. In this case, we're actually creating a neat attack transient. And, you know, this is where we start getting into the more rhythmic sort of functionality. Anyway, there are infinite possibilities, but that is our envelope generator, and there's a lot that you can do with it.